There's only one thing that's truly keeping you away from your goals, your dreams, from the New Year's resolutions that you make every single year, and that is your identity. And so, to get the things that you want, all you have to do is have an identity shift. Have you ever wondered why sometimes when a tragedy happens, like let's say someone close to you or someone close to someone passes on and they completely change their life, they become a whole new person because of that grief? Or it's very popular in after a breakup, that breakup glow up, or maybe they get into a relationship and they just become a whole different person. The reason why is because when you get in those situations, your identity is forced to change. When you go through a breakup, that person in the relationship is gone. They're done. There's no going back. There's no choice. You have to build a new identity. Now, the question becomes, do I have to go through this huge tragedy? Do I have to go through something awful, basically, to have this huge shift to where I can change my entire life and become a whole new person? And the answer is no. You can do it yourself. Okay? What it all comes down to is that your brain, just like your body, wants balance, and it doesn't really like to change. Your brain does not like to change. And the second there is a change, it's like danger, danger, danger. We need to go back to our original programming. That is what happens all the time. That's when you go on a diet, and even though there is no real danger, you are not starving, nothing like that, your brain is all of a sudden like, something is wrong, fight or flight, we need to go into it right freaking now. So really all you have to do is to get it used to whatever it is that you want before you even start transforming it. This is why manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption work so well, is because you basically go in and hammer, like, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. So when all of a sudden you start making more money, your brain's already like, oh, we've been doing that. It's not that big of a deal. We're fine. It's okay. We're not doing this huge change. But I know a lot of people do not believe in law of assumption, or maybe you just don't want to affirm all the time. So what are actionable things that you can do to shift your identity without having to do a bunch of mental work? And my best answer to this is to look at the routine that you have currently, no matter how unroutine it is. Maybe the only thing that you do every single day is brush your teeth in the morning and brush your teeth in the evening. Maybe everything else is a jumble. And then I want you to look at what the routine would be of whatever it is that you want to be, who you want to be. If the person that you want to be is very fit, is in a relationship with the love of their life, has a ton of money, is beautiful, is all these things completely different from what you are feeling now, write down exactly what you think that person would do. Do they get up and do their makeup every day? Do they budget every week? Do they work out at the gym every afternoon? Like, what do you think they would do? And you are going to try to mesh y'all's two schedules together without setting off your brain alarm of things are changing. So for example, if you decided that the person that you want to be is super freaking fit, okay? They're probably tracking their calories. They're probably drinking only water, like a gallon of water a day. And they are working out for 2 hours every night, okay? You're not going to do that. Don't worry. Don't worry. But what you are going to do is you're going to make it a goal every single morning that the first thing on your stomach is a glass of water. You're going to do that every single morning from now on. That is your new routine. You drink the water every single morning, and then you can drink 20 Diet Cokes the rest of the day. Nobody cares. But that one change is not going to set off any alarm bells, because literally it's just one glass of water, nothing crazy. It's getting you into this routine of, oh, now I drink water. Okay, now let's go on to the next thing, the counting calories. You are not going to start counting calories. Okay, I want to say that again. You're not going to start counting calories, but you are going to download MyFitnessPal, and you are going to track one meal every single day. One meal. You are going to lock that in, and it doesn't matter what the calories are. You're not even going to look at it. You're just going to get used to tracking it. Every single day, you're just going to track, let's say breakfast. So you drink your cup of the water in the morning, you track your one meal, hallelujah, you're getting it. You work out 5 days a week, or she works out 5 days a week. So you're not going to do that. Guess what? Guess what you are going to do? You are going to look up on YouTube 5-minute exercise routine. 5 minute, not 10 minute, not 15, not 20, not an hour. 5-minute workout routine. And you're gonna start doing that. If you can 5 days a week, good. If not, go 3 days a week. And you're gonna check it off. Check it off. Oh, I did my 5-minute workout. You're going to do that every single day, okay? There are workouts you can do in freaking bed, okay? So there are no excuses. If it comes to the end of the day and you're like, oh shit, I have not done anything yet. Literally sit and do 10 vacuums. It's literally where you sit, you squeeze your stomach, tighten it, do 10 of those. Oh, you did a workout. Good job. That's how you're going to bridge the gap without freaking your brain out. And you're like, okay, Jess, maybe I can do that, but that's not going to bring any change. That's not true though, because all of a sudden, that becomes part of your new identity. Your 3 new little hobbies, that becomes your new identity. And all of a sudden, you're like, I drank 1 glass of water this morning. I can do another. So you start drinking more water. Or maybe 2 weeks go by and you're like, okay, I've been doing this consistently for 2 weeks. Maybe I can do a glass of water right before I go to bed too. So you either are naturally going to start improving this, or you make the decision, I'd like to drink a little more water than this. So you do that. You keep consistent at that, okay? And you keep slowly improving it. Literally in 3 months, maybe that's all you drink. Maybe you only drink 1 soda a day. Maybe you stop soda altogether because you just drink water now. You still have that goal in mind, but you're just slowly inching your way over. You're baby stepping it. This is most important for the workout, okay? People say they don't like going to the gym because they don't know what to do. They feel super awkward, whatever. So that's why you start with this 5-minute at-home workout. Is that 5 minutes probably going to change your body drastically? No. And if you do that for the whole year, I don't know. I don't know what changes. So you do have to keep improving, but it's so much easier once that is part of the routine. Once you are already doing 5 minutes a day, doing that, then saying, okay, actually, I'm going to do a 10-minute routine today. That doesn't change anything. 10 minutes and 5 minutes out of 24 hours is nothing. Okay, so then all of a sudden you start doing 10 minutes. Then you say, you know what? I'm going to go to the gym for the first time. I've never done it before. And I am only going to go and walk on the treadmill for 15 minutes and then I'm going to leave. You give yourself something that is so easy, you know that you can do it. You do that 15-minute walk, you're like, okay, this wasn't too bad. Maybe you start walking for 30 minutes, an hour. But if you had walked into that gym on the first day and been like, okay, I'm gonna do an hour-long workout. I don't know what any of these machines are, but your nervous system would be in such fight or flight, and it would be hard for you to continue doing that. Is it possible? Yes, of course. People do it all the time, but like realistically, are most people going to be capable of it? Probably not. You start counting that one meal, that 1 calorie meal, every 1 calorie meal, that one meal that you count your calories, and you're like, holy shit, I'm actually eating so much fucking food for breakfast every day. Why am I doing that? Or maybe you're like, oh my gosh, this is annoying. I'm having 20 different sauces at breakfast. This is so annoying. And so you're like, you know what? I'm just going to switch to eating the same thing every day so that this is easier. So you start drinking a protein shake that's 400 calories every morning. That would probably make a difference, okay? And if not, you're like, okay, I'm doing one meal. I can probably track my lunch too, especially if I make it the same every day. Then you're tracking 2 meals. There's only one left, okay? And then you got the whole day. And then you know what? You're like, I hate tracking calories, so I'm gonna start eating the same thing more often so I don't have to sit there and track it. And all of a sudden, you start getting good at tracking. You start being consistent. You start learning about protein, and you haven't tripped up your brain at all. Your brain's been like, okay, we can take this step. Okay? So all you have to do to get all the goals that you want, anything that you can imagine, is to just shift your identity, focus on shifting your identity with your goals at the end. Okay, you're building a bridge between who you are right now, who you want to be. You need to build a bridge. All of us want to just take one step into that new identity. We're like, okay, you know what? I want to become someone that works out all the time. I'm going to become this person. And it is just too big of a step for your mind to be okay with. Your mind is just immediately like, why are we needing to change everything? We were staying alive doing this. Why the hell would we change? That's what your brain keeps saying. So if you just slowly move it over without tripping any alarm bells, you're gonna get it. Okay, you gotta take baby steps if you want to truly change who you are. If you are not wanting to change something that big, if it's just something wee little that doesn't matter, yes, I'm sure you are going to be able to change that immediately without thinking. If you're like, you know what, I want to go cold turkey and change this, you can freaking try. Okay, but if you've tried and tried and tried and failed and failed and failed, and you're like, I don't know what to do, you've got to learn to shift that identity without tripping the alarm bells. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.